Hello children, welcome to your maths class. Children, today we are going to start with a brand new topic. And the name of the topic is statement sums. Today we are going to do sums in statement forms. Now, children, as you all know that you have done addition sums, 1 digit by 1 digit, 2 digit by 2 digit addition with the carry. Carry addition also you have already done. But today you are going to get the question in a story form. Now there will be a small story that will be given to you in the form of a question. And you need to find out what is this story about. So let's read the question that is given to you Sam bought 2 ice creams. This is Sam. Sam has brought how many ice creams? He has bought 2 ice creams. And Pia bought 4 ice creams. So this is the girl, Pia, who has bought how many ice creams? She has bought 4 ice creams. These are the ice creams which Pia has bought. Okay. Now you have to find how many ice creams did they buy all together. So children, what is the meaning of all together? What is all together? All together means मिला के, दोनों को जोड़ के, by adding. All together is the identification that this sum is based on addition. So read the last line again. How many ice creams did they buy all together? That means when I count the number of ice creams Sam has bought and the number of ice creams Pia has bought, then total by adding both these ice creams, how many ice creams did I get? So now Sam, as you can see, this is the boy Sam who has bought how many ice creams? He has bought 2 ice creams. See, there are 2 ice creams in front of you. And this is Pia. Pia has bought 4 ice creams. Now all together, how many ice creams did they buy? So simply we are going to add 2 plus 4. So what is 2 plus 4? It is 6. So altogether they have bought 6 ice creams, because you need to find out that both Sam and Pia had how many ice creams together. So together when we calculate 2 plus 4, the total number of ice creams will be 6. So children, in this topic you are going to get a small story. It is in the form of story. You have done question answers in English, SST, science, in maths also. Now you will get a little different kind of a question. In this question you will be getting a little story about something. Like over here we are talking about this boy Sam and Pia. This boy Sam has 2 ice creams and this girl Pia has bought 4 ice creams. And now we need to find out that how many ice creams did they buy all together. All together, when you see in the question there is all together, that means you have to add. Add means adding both the things. Sam has bought 2 ice creams. Pia has bought, see the number of ice creams this girl is having is 4. So all together दोनों को मिला के कितनी ice creams होंगी? It will be 6, because 2 plus 4 is how much? It is 6. 2 fingers out, 5, 6. So 6 will be the answer. Now this was decoding of the question. Matlab, what was there in the question? This was something that we need to find out what is this question about. Now children, I will tell you how are we going to write it in the maths notebook. So in the maths notebook you usually do questions like this. You used to keep your notebook and do and write like this. But now we are not going to write the questions like this. We are now going to tilt our notebook horizontally. We will keep the notebook like this. So this is how you have to keep your notebook. You will not keep the notebook like this. You are going to keep your notebook tilted horizontally. Now most important thing, when you are going to tilt your notebook, you will leave 2 boxes and you will take your ruler, this is your ruler, and you are going to draw the margin line. The margin should be there in your maths copy, because otherwise it will look very bad, untidy. Your work will look untidy. So you will first draw a margin. Keep your scale straight, take your pencil and draw your margin. Okay, and you will write down the date over here. The date should be there on top. You will draw the margin first, then you are going to mention today's date. You will write the heading as statement sums. You have a red line. On top of the red line, you are going to write down statement sums. So I have copied this statement only, the question that was given to you on the whiteboard. I have copied the same question. So after writing the heading, children, this is the heading that you have written, statement sums. So after writing the heading, you will leave one line. You will leave one line. This line you are going to leave and write down number 1, question number 1, and write down the question over here. Sam bought 2 ice creams. Pia bought 4 ice creams. How many ice creams did they buy all together? So this is the same question that I have copied, and now you will, after copying the question, again you are going to leave this line. Please make sure you leave this line and write down statement number 1. Statement number 1 will come from this first part. So your statement number 1 will come from here. Sam bought 2 ice creams. So your first statement will be number of ice creams Sam bought. Okay. So you will write down the first statement and you will make sure that you will write number 1 on the margin line. You will draw the margin. Over here you are going to write number 1 because this is statement number 1. Number of ice creams Sam bought. Then you will leave one line and then you will come to number 2 statement. How will number 2 statement come? Read the next part of the question. Pia bought 4 ice creams. So your next part will be number of ice creams Pia bought. Okay, so this will be the next part, the next statement. After writing the next statement, children, you will write the third statement. There will be 3 statements over here, and the last will be your concluding statement in which you are going to mention the answer. So you will leave one line always. You remember, please remember to leave one line when you are writing the statement. Margin should be there. You are going to write the heading. After heading, leave one line, write down the question. After writing the question, leave one line, write statement number 1, 1, 2, 3. Third statement will be total number of ice creams bought. Then children, you will write down equal to sign like this. You are going to write down the equal to sign. Again, you will leave this box. You will leave this box, write down number 2 because number of ice creams Sam bought was how many ice creams? 2. So you will write number 2 over here. Then Pia bought 4 ice creams, number 4 over here. You will put plus sign over here also. So that is why you make sure that you all leave this line. After equal to, you are going to leave this part and then you are going to write down 2 plus sign would be here 4, and then you will count, you will calculate 2 plus 4 is how much? 6. Then you are going to underline this part and write down the answer. So children, after third statement will be your fourth statement. The fourth statement will be there were 6 ice creams bought all together. Please make sure when you are writing the fourth statement, you write the word all together. This carries marks, children. So please remember that when you are writing the fourth statement, you will write down all together. There were 6 ice creams bought all together. So total you have to write 1, 2, 3, 4 statements. So I am repeating again, children. First you are not going to write like this. You are not going to write in this form, but you are going to tilt your notebook horizontally. Draw a margin line like this. Leave 2 boxes. Draw a margin line. Write down the heading on top of the red line. Leave one line. Write down the question. After writing the question, leave one line. Then write down the first statement. Leave one line. Second statement. Leave one line. Then the third statement. and then after leaving one line, make sure in every line you have to leave one line. Otherwise your work will look very bad. Okay, so this form you have to do the statement sums. Thank you.